Welcome back to video number 6, I believe it is now. This is a continuation of the last session. That was video 5. And it is approximately, I think, like 30 minutes later. After filming the last video, I played a little bit, sat out a little bit, and just started playing again. And yeah, the only difference is there was this one other table I was playing, which was a normal speed table, which I sat out right after the last video and quit that table, and I think I quit down like $9 or $10. And then otherwise these two I'm both in for 50. And yeah, it's just a continuation. I'm just gonna fold the 610 from the button. Nothing major has happened since I turned the last video off. I think I picked pocket aces and pocket kings once each, and won a couple small pots with that. Besides that, nothing major really has happened. I'm gonna start with a 3-bet with this ace jack from the small blind over here. Once again, just mentioning how I've noticed how much we are just calling from the blinds and giving up at such a high percentage. And I think I'm gonna start with the C bet. I think 450 is fine, roughly half pot. See how our opponent over here handles that. He calls. Turns a 6. I think I'm gonna start with a check now. The 6 of diamonds on the turn. Yeah, I'm gonna check here. Still could definitely have the best hand. We could definitely be beat also. And he bets pretty big into us. I think I'm just gonna fold it. Okay, yeah, as I time out. It doesn't show. I could see myself calling. He did bet rather large. I think it's fine just folding, or assuming that he's going to be continuing on all rivers. So knowing that I'm making a decision on the turn, a rather big decision, and then assuming he's most likely continuing on rivers, where I'm going to be put in another difficult position. So yeah, I think that fold there is fine. We could have folded the best hand, but I'm not too concerned with it. Looks like I'm leading out here. After it was min raise, everyone calls. I think now I'll start. No, maybe I'll just bet again. Something small, like $2. Could definitely get called by worse. We could be beat, but I think there's plenty calling that we are beating. And now on this river, we could lead small again. Just hope to get quick calls. I think I'm going to lead small, kind of naming my price. And we do get a fold and a quick. That's okay. So basically I was just bet folding that river. I think I'm just bet folding. But yeah, I think that's okay. Just leading, getting value from worse. I think worse can call. Worse aces, other cards. I mean, I am betting really small, giving them good odds to call with their second or third pair or whatever they might have that they could think is good. And I really don't want to check and be faced having to call a big bet. Maybe I could see checking being better, though. I think it was played fine. I just hate to see when we do get raised. I think we do have to fold if we get raised, but we're kind of leaving ourselves open to be bluff raised. But I don't think many players at this level are going to be going for big river bluff raises. Not that that was like a huge hand or anything, but just kind of play my hand face up, and I think that's okay. I'll start with a c-bet here, not the best of flops. But I don't want to check back yet. as he does fold. And that's fine. I will open this 6-9 suited on the right table and just fold this 2-6. No, thank you. And no, thank you. Just gonna check this Jack 7. So one major thing that I think has been standing out so far in these first 7 videos is our play from the blinds. I feel like we've been in a lot of spots where we were calling a lot with marginal hands. I could have opened that Jack 10. We were calling a lot versus raises from the blinds with marginal hands, and we're basically giving up on a ton of flops, which I didn't feel like was optimal play. And then we sort of made the adjustment to tighten up by either just folding our marginal hands or 3-betting. And I mean, it hasn't been that big of a sample size at all, but it's been, I think, the last 4 times I've 3-bet from the blinds with marginal-ish hands. I think we've ended up losing the pot anyways. So definitely, I know it's been very small sample size, but definitely I think our blind play, or play from the blinds, has been questionable at best, if not just bad. I'm definitely going to open this ace-jack on the left and just fold the 7-3. Yeah, just folding is fine. So yeah, that's something we can look into and try to keep track of moving forward. I think I'll open this queen-8 if it's folded to me. I'm just going to fold this 6-10. It is raised, so I will fold. Is this working? Should have checked that earlier. I think it's working. Yes, it is. Fold. This is spot. I'm not gonna versus a raise, but I think we can open this from the small blind, given that the big blind is folding a very high percentage of the time. Or calling, and that's fine. We do flop top pair here. Going to bet and just fold. Okay, I'm gonna have to step away for just a second. I think I'm going. I'll start with a check here on this right table. I'll finish this hand and then I have to step aside for really quickly. I'll just min raise this pocket 3. Diamond on the river. I don't really love our diamond here. Definitely could be beat. I think I'm just going to be check folding a lot here. If it checks through, we definitely could have the best hand, which is the case. Okay, I'll be 1 second. Okay. Yes. Oh, oops. You trying to be in another video, Prim? Okay, sorry about that. More dog problems. Checking the 7-2. Looks like we're... We do flop top pair on this right table. I think I'm going to start with just a min bet, being limp pre-flop. Just going to fold this 2-7. Just folding this Jack 7 on the left table. I think I'm going to bet again over here with the queen, just $1. I don't really like check calling. I mean, I think check calling would have been fine. I don't think there's a reason to be folding yet, unless he would have, if we would have checked, or he would have raised on that turn. If we would have checked, then he would have bet large. I think I'm going to bet small again here. and he does call, and he does have 2 pair. I think I'm fine with just that bet. Rather small. But yeah, I just don't like the idea of, especially on the turn, or I mean the turn would have been fine I think to check call depending on how big he bet. I don't really want to be folding. And river, I guess we could check call. Or be check folding depending on how he reacts. I'm going to open this ace queen from the small blind. And just fold this 310 from the small blind on the left. I wonder how, I'm just going to fold this king jack. I will play this ace 8 if it's folded to me. Just quickly going to, well, see how, oh no, never mind, okay, I refresh. So it is a pretty standard size player pool right now. It's roughly like 5 in the afternoon right now where I am at. Not that that matters. Open. He only has $8 behind. I think I'm just gonna fold. I guess I could limp there. I could raise. I don't really like. I think he is probably. I guess you could debate all 3 there, and I don't think folding is that bad given how short he was. I'm just gonna fold this 5-8. I don't know why I thought about that for so long, as well as this 10-4. Folding 9-10, folding 6-jack. Spend 12 minutes. I'm probably going to keep this one right. Once I hit like 20 minutes, I think I'm going to stop. So like another 8 minutes. This one's going to be a little bit shorter than the standard video. But I do have something I have to do later. Just going to fold. Fold. No, thank you. Can we open this 9-8? I think I'll just fold. I guess we're going to play pretty snug for the rest of the session. It's kind of boring. Maybe not. Could open this jack queen, but I think I'm just going to fold from being under the gun. I'll fold this 5-3 as well. Looks like we're on a bit of a folding spree. I will defend with the pocket 3s here. As well as this ace 5 on the left. I can just call here. Yeah, I'll just call from the small blind on the left. We do flop a set here. I am going to try leading out here, I think. I'm going to try, yeah, I can discuss this more later. The king on the turn. I'm not going to slow down yet. Hopefully someone, 550, is that a good size? We do get called. Oops, fold. Oh, I guess I'm just folding that ace 5 over there. I could see check calling here. I think I might check call, but what? I think I'm going to check call here. Potentially check raise. Maybe that's too ambitious. He does bet half pot. Alright, so what do we think about raising here? What gets there? You know what? I think I might. I don't know. Maybe I should be just calling here. Maybe raise smaller. I'm going to go for a raise here. And he does call. Alright, I guess we can, okay, well we flop the nuts, or not the nuts, but the second nuts on this left table, so I guess I'll play that, and then we'll come back to, I don't know if I should do that, it's going to probably start lagging. But that gives me, maybe this is a case where I can link the hand and discuss that elsewhere if anyone just thinks that that is an interesting, I mean that is an interesting hand, but I guess just exactly half pot over here. Well, a little bit more than half pot. Is this that hand? Yes, it is. Okay, I guess we can just briefly touch on that. Okay, we do get raised over here. They both are relatively short. Do we just jam now? Are we ever making mistakes by just jamming now? I don't think we're ever making mistakes by just calling either, but I think I'm just going to raise here. It looks like we are all going to get all in. Oof. Not the best of rivers, but I think that play is fine. Or obviously that play is fine. As I think he just had the naked ace of spades. Was that the case? Did he just have the naked ace of spades? So I think that's fine getting it on that turn. I didn't want that. I mean, that was basically cooler for this guy up here, having flopped a flush. We both flopped a flush, but if that fourth spade had come on the river, as it did, versus just this player, I think he's definitely slowing down with just the six of spades. So, how long has this been? 16 minutes. Okay, so back to this 3. I basically forgot how this hand went down, but okay, I know we called pre-flop. And, oh, did he show his hand? He had to show his hand. Maka, king 10, so he just had a king. So yeah, we led the flop, and were called twice, I think. And then led the turn as well. The other person folded, the initial raiser called. And then on the river, which did not complete the flush, we decided to check call with the potential of check raising. Basically, I guess we were giving him a chance to. If I knew he had to be honest, if I knew he had a king, I would probably just be betting out. Well, not necessarily. All right, so I'm really distracted. My dog is being a complete pain over here, once again. But yeah, basically, I wanted to let him potentially bluff the river, and then the reason why I raised is obviously for value from hands such as he had. So basically, if he had nothing, he's just folding to the raise, obviously. But if he did have some sort of hand, as he did with just like a king, maybe he had some sort of two-pair type hand, like a 7-8 or something of that nature, he definitely could be calling. So I guess, checking that he can bluff, but then also going for a raise for value, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but okay. We'll just stick with that. And I think that's definitely a hand where maybe it's not as interesting as I initially thought, but we're going to c-bet this, or not c-bet that, sorry, 3-bet this ace-king on this right table. And then back when we fought the flush, I think that's fine. That's just a cooler. C-betting on this right. You know, maybe this is a spot. Maybe we do c-bet. I'm thinking this could be a spot where we could check with the intention of check calling if he decides to bet, as he does bet half pot. I'm not going to fold yet. No reason to believe he has the best hand. I think I will be starting with a check again. We do turn. Okay, jack is not the greatest of rivers, but it is not the scariest of rivers at the same time. I'm going to start. Okay, wow. I really butchered that hand. So yeah, I think my standard would be c-betting that flop. For some reason, I thought checking was going to be fine, and then I guess, you know, I think I basically butchered that hand. I think the standard play, and my standard play in that case, would have been c-betting, which I think he's folding a high percentage. If not, we're definitely continuing on the turn when the club comes, as we pick up more equity if we need it. And yeah, so I think c-betting and continuing on the turn, I don't see how he continues past the turn, especially with the given hand that he had. So we basically butchered that hand very, very bad. Just checking this hand over here on the left. And just gonna fold now. This was interesting. I think I might have even raised pre-flop. I had to have raised pre-flop. I guess I'm calling, or I decided to call on that turn. He does have jacks. Okay, interesting. I didn't even really, to be honest, pay attention to that hand, as I should have. I feel like given positions, I think I opened pre-flop, and he would have just flatted with the jacks. The ace on the turn went check, or I mean ace on the flop went check, check. And then on the turn, I check to him. He bets. He easily could. We could have had the best. I think we definitely could have had the best hand. With the 5, he could have been taking a stab with a wide range of hands. And in this case, he had pocket jacks. I'm just gonna call here with the 3s. And we're at 20 minutes. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll do sit out next. Not next hand. Next big blind for both tables. Oops. And I'm just going to fold this king 8 on this right table. And just fold these 3s now. Okay, that was quick. Let's click on the left table. So yeah, I think we mentioned this hand. And alright, so we're done with that table. So yeah, I'm still thinking about that ace king hand. I think, yeah, just the standard, my standard play and the normal standard play, or the best play in that case, would have been just c-betting. And that wouldn't have been an issue with him going down with 2s. Maybe it would have been. Who knows? Whatever. I will open this ace if it's folded to me, as it is. Starting with the c-bet here, just 150, I think that's fine. We get folds a lot of the time, as we do. Pretty dry board. No, thank you. I'll open this queen jack from the hijack here. We do get 3 bets. Looks like pot from the big blind versus a huge stack. Maybe we could call here, but I'm just going to fold. I think we're easily dominated here a lot of the time. I think I'm just going to fold. Okay, and that's the end of this session. So, yes, that was video 6. I think we somehow did manage to make a profit. I think we were already up coming into this session. But regardless, thank you for watching. I shall be back shortly with more. Not that anyone's watching, but yes, that is the case. Alright, goodbye.